Racist cop points gun at senior black veteran, loses his job instantly. Get your hands up. But I haven't done anything now. A gun was pointed at his chest. Dozens of people are watching. A man who'd once fought for this country, now treated like a criminal on a park bench. He wasn't drunk, wasn't armed, wasn't dangerous. He was a 73-year-old black veteran and, in the eyes of one cop, that was enough. What happened next would change the entire city. This is the story of a racist cop who pulled a gun and lost everything. Welcome, story lovers. From where are you watching? Drop your city name in the comments so we can see how far our story travels. Every morning at 7 a.m. sharp, Harold Jenkins laced up his worn boots, grabbed his thermos, and walked the short mile to the neighborhood park. At 73. The retired Army sergeant had seen wars on foreign soil, but none prepared him for the subtle battles he faced at home. He wore his veteran cap with pride, not for recognition, but as a quiet reminder of the sacrifices he had made. People in the community knew him. The kids waved, and the older folks called him Sarge. It was a peaceful rhythm, a comforting loop of routine. But on that warm spring morning, something was different. A new patrol car rolled slowly into the lot, windows tinted dark, engine idling. Harold nodded out of habit. No response, just eyes. Watching, he thought nothing of ITAP first. But soon, that peaceful morning stroll would twist into a nightmare. He had no idea he was about to be targeted. Just for being who he was. As Harold settled onto his usual bench by the fountain, the air felt tense, charged, somehow. He sipped his coffee and flipped open the local paper. Moments later, tires crunched over gravel. A voice barked from the cruiser. "Sir, can I speak with you?" Harold turned slowly. "Of course, officer," he said politely. But before he could stand, the cop was out of the car, hand hovering near his holster. No greeting, no explanation. Eyes scanning Harold's faded jacket like it was a threat ID. The officer snapped. Harold reached calmly for his wallet, his veteran card tucked neatly inside. But the officer's stance stiffened, hands where I can see them. He froze. Years of training kicked in. Move slowly. Don't argue. Harold gently lifted his hands. "I'm a veteran. Just sitting here, sir." The officer called something into his radio. Moments later, backup arrived. 2 more cruisers, lights off, but presence felt. Now a crowd was forming. Cell phones emerged. Whispers flew. Why were so many cops surrounding an older man on a bench? One of the kids Harold always greeted started crying. The officer barked again. "Last warning, don't move." And then, like a sudden crack in a peaceful day, the cop pulled his gun, aimed, shouted. The tension exploded. All Harold could do was stay still and pray. The gun was pointed inches from Harold's chest. I sat down. "Now." The officer screamed. Harold didn't flinch. "I'm not a threat," he said softly, but his voice trembled. People screamed. Phones recorded. One woman stepped forward, yelling, "He's a veteran. You're threatening a hero." But the officer's finger stayed near the trigger. Sweat dripped down his brow, but his eyes were cold, trained not to see a man, but a target. And then an off-duty black firefighter, still in uniform, sprinted from across the street. "What are you doing?" "That's Sarge. He walks here every day." The officer hesitated. The weight of dozens of eyes and dozens of cameras crushed the silence. The gun lowered, shaking. But the damage was already done. Dear audience, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to give it a like. It helps. Within hours, the footage hit local news. By nightfall, national. A 73-year-old black veteran was humiliated, threatened, and nearly gunned down while sitting on a bench. Outrage poured in from veterans groups, civil rights leaders, even city officials. The officer, suspended first and then fired. The department issued a rare public apology, but Harold, he carried something deeper. Not just trauma, but a renewed purpose. He began speaking at schools, town halls, sharing not just what happened, but why it happens. Because the truth is, racism doesn't. Where a hood anymore wears a badge, a suit, a smile, and heralds story. It became a spark. A reminder that dignity doesn't end with age or uniform. So we ask you, how many more heroes must be treated like threats before we redefine what justice truly means? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos. Take care.